All right, should be good. And it's live on Instagram now too. Say hi, everyone.
Hey guys.
Hey everyone. So we're doing our first live stream here for YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and apparently LinkedIn too, because I put that on here. I don't use LinkedIn very often, but I figured I have a login and a profile, so I might as well throw it up on there too and see what happens. So I have no idea if anybody's going to jump on and say hi to us at all.
But we're still here. The purpose of this is for you guys to ask us any questions live. And we can go from there. Or you just see us banter back and forth.
It is actually working. Look at that. We're live.
Cool. Let me see if...
see if it's on your profile or not. See if we did it right or not, if we're smart. How smart we are.
I don't know how... Oh, we are going live. See, it says live.
It says you're live.
Whoa!
Aren't we fancy? It's like live broadcasting on TV. I feel all kinds of special.
Hi, Kirsten. Do you want to come on the video?
So supposedly, if you guys leave any comments, it's supposed to show up here on our platform here and show up over here on the side. I don't know if that works either or not. So if anybody leaves a comment, we'll see if that shows up or not.
Show comment on stage.
That means it'll show up to everybody then.
Yeah, I don't know. But apparently it's a delay. So, if we go and answer a question and you didn't quite get that, or you, whatever.
I mean, turn it off. That's going to be annoying.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Here's on delay.
I got it. This is what I have to deal with 24/7, especially in the summer. I don't know. That's why I go to my classroom a lot.
It's nice to get away from her, though. So it's nice to kick her out and let her go to her classroom and I
feel like you're not really kicking me out. It's me choosing to leave.
Sure, something like that.
Oh, my goodness. All right. So obviously, most of you know who we are. I'm Aalia. I'm his better half.
Definitely better.
Heck yeah.
I'm Chad.
And a better parent. So, there's that.
She is the better parent. She's made that very clear several times throughout our marriage. Mm-hmm, she's the better parent. You can even ask Abby that. So, yeah, we got that too,
Anyway, so we have actually... Can you stop doing that? Like, I can't see what I'm doing,
Whatever, dude. Whatever.
Anyways, so we're the Scotts. We help people find their next dream home, whether it's a first-time home buyer or a upsizers or downsizers, meaning that if their family is growing, we help them out finding a bigger house, and or vice versa, a person who is trying to not need a whole bunch of rooms.
Buying, selling, or investing, we help you all. Every single week, we have people reaching out to us.
Mm-hmm.
So if you need any help, give us a call or shoot us a text.
Just to say hi if need be, because sometimes I'm lonely.
She loves text, so you can text her anytime you want.
Exactly.
So we have a couple things to talk about while we wait for people to ask us questions, Aalia. What's on our to-do list here?
I don't know. Let me see if someone actually asked a question, because I don't see it. One moment, guys. I'm trying to figure out all this stuff. Oh, hey, Jim. Yeah, I do have a halo, because I am the angel. But it's our light and sun, which is an awkward position. So halo, because I am. And hey, Jim, I see that you hopped on, so miss ya. Anyways, one of the topics, actually, I was thinking, what are the top 3 questions we get as realtors? What do you think they are?
What's the market doing like right now? That's probably the number one question that I get as a realtor anyways. What's the market like right now? And my answer to that is always the same. It depends on what you're looking to do. Are you looking to buy? Are you looking to sell? Or are you looking to invest in the market? Because it's a different response for everybody. If you're looking to sell, it's definitely a fantastic market for you right now because we're in a red hot seller's market. We have too many buyers and not enough inventory. So your house will definitely sell in almost any condition like that. It's insane how quickly houses are selling. As long as you price it right, houses are selling super fast.
That means you got to listen to the agents. Hey, Tim, how are you?
What about buyers, Alia? What was it like for buyers right now?
So we're actually seeing the market change a little slowly to into a, let's say, a neutral market, meaning that the houses that are being sold are sitting longer than it was a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So we're seeing a lot of price drops because the buyers are holding strong in putting offers and not being, what's it call it, quote unquote desperate to find that house. So, I mean, I'm not saying that the house, a few houses that would be sold within hours, they are still there, that obviously priced right. And there are other houses that are being getting offers, multiple offers. The bidding war is causing but you're also still you're seeing a lot more price drops on houses because they are sitting. So that
Well, we've just seen buyers have the upper hand because there's been more inventory lately. So buyers have a few more choices to pick from now. They don't have to jump on that first house necessarily right away. As soon as it hits the market, they can say, you know what, let's pump the brakes a little bit and let's go check out that new house that hit the market down the street and breathe for a couple seconds.
That's true. Excuse me, guy.
This is usually her
my wind down time because I wake up so early in the morning. My 4:45ers, if you're on here, you know what I mean. We also get the question or the comments saying that we are going to wait until the interest rates drop, or when are the interest rates drop? I mean, we unfortunately don't know for sure because the government.
You didn't get that crystal ball yet in the mail?
No.
I thought you ordered it from Amazon yesterday.
Sorry. My mental powers are completely out of sync, so too. So no, so we don't know when the interest rates. We are as surprised when the government decides, you know what, this is the time we're going to drop it. So it's all up to the government.
And the banks, of course. I mean, they don't necessarily follow the Fed when they lower interest rates. Sometimes, what was it, last fall when the Fed cut interest rates, the banks decided to raise mortgage rates. So they don't necessarily follow what the Fed's going to do. So you never know what's going to happen.
Oh, yes, Kirsten, it is sleepy time. Very, very, very soon. Usually I am like laying down. So we also, it's kind of interesting, this question. Can we purchase the furniture in the house that we're buying? Chad?
You can. So I always tell my buyers and sellers, everything is negotiable. If you're walking through a house and you see a couch that you absolutely love and it fits perfectly in the house, make an offer to the seller. It's usually not in the initial offer to purchase for the house because it'd be considered a purchase outside of the house purchase. It has to be in a separate, it's called a bill of sale technically.
It's like a separate transaction.
Yes. But yes, say Chad or Alia, I want to buy, that recliner and that couch, or maybe, I don't know, that china cabinet or something else that I saw unique in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see the sellers want to sell it to me? We'll reach out to the sellers and see if they're willing to sell it to you. Maybe for $50. Maybe they'll leave it to you. Who knows? Mm-hmm. Maybe they don't want to move it. But yes, you can definitely buy some of the furniture that the sellers have in their house.
Unless it's haunted. That would be kind of nice.
You would like that. So
I mean, like those haunted dolls. Whew.
Those can go away. We don't need any more haunted dolls.
Do you have... Okay, so Kirsten is asking if she likes their couch, can I buy it? What? So Kirsten, yes and no. So it depends on the seller. So if you kind of make an offer, I mean, within the negotiation, you say, hey, I'm going to offer you X amount of money on the house. You can throw in the couch or whatever whatever negotiation is happening, right? If it doesn't go that way, you can always purchase separately if they're interested in selling it, especially if a lot of downsizers just want to get rid of all this stuff kind of thing. They don't want to take it with them. The whole purpose is to downsize. So yeah, you can actually, it doesn't hurt to ask. I mean,
Worst case scenario.
worst case scenario, they say no. That's it. And yes, haunted things. I love it.
So a little off real estate topic because we don't want to talk about real estate the whole time if we don't have to. What is everyone's weekend plans this weekend? Does anybody have anything special they're doing that we can maybe meet you at that you're doing in Kenosha this weekend?
So I did post 5 big events that are happening in Kenosha. I'm kind of interested in this, the Harbor Market.
Harbor Market's always a good time. We like going down there most Saturdays that we can make it down there.
Mm-hmm.
It's super expensive. We can usually afford to buy little to nothing because, everything's so expensive nowadays. But it's fun to just go down there and browse and chat to people that we see.
I love stopping by Studio Moonfall's booth. They have some awesome comics. So if you're into like graphic novels and different ideas, you got to check them out. And I believe they're having indie author meetups.
On Sunday, he's doing another Kenosha book fair.
No, it's actually at a Harbor Market. There's an independent author each week.
Okay.
So make sure you stop by their booth at a Harbor Market. And yes, Tim, window shopping. And I hate window shopping because there's all such as like cool stuff there, So I hate window shopping, but I will.
And Donovan's a super cool guy from Studio Moonfall. So if you're ever near his store on 6th Avenue or at the Harbor Market, stop by and say hi to him. He's a super nice guy. He'll chat you up for a little while. Real nice guy.
Ooh, this just popped in my brain. This always happens. Squirrel moment. The downtown, some of the downtown stores are doing Where's Waldo. I know Blue House Books and Studio Moonfalls are participants. I need to look for who else is participants. So you can get a book or like a card of something to scratch off every time you try to find Waldo at a certain location. And hopefully you find Waldo.
I think there's like a dozen different stores or more participating, local businesses downtown that are participating.
I believe so, but it starts at July 1st. So I would suggest starting to head over there before it runs out. So, okay, so Kirsten asked, do you have a lender to talk to about getting set to buy? Yes, we work with many different lenders. We encourage a lot of people to work with almost small business lenders, like small
local lenders.
Thank you.
Use a local lender. So the big lenders like Chase, Wells Fargo, Rocket Mortgage lenders, they're good. There's nothing. I'm not gonna say there's nothing against them. We don't like them because in our experience, when you try to communicate with them, when you go to call your lender and ask them a question, you're usually calling a 1-800 number. And you're talking to somebody different almost every single time. And it makes it hard for you, the buyer, and hard for us, your realtor, to get any answers from them. So we like to use local lenders that are here in the Kenosha area, where if you have a problem, you usually have their cell phone number. So you can call and text them at 9 o'clock at night. Now, they may not answer at 9 o'clock at night, but you can call them almost any time or text them anytime. And you have an office, where they work at. You can drive to their office and say, hey, so-and-so, I have a problem. We need to get this fixed right now. And, almost nothing in real estate's right now, fix it right this second problem. But if there is a problem like that, you know where to track them down at.
And plus, like these local lenders, they actually know the market of Kenosha. So they are fully aware of what's going on and where the house is. And it's a little bit more personable in that aspect. So we kind of prefer to send out local lenders. So if any local lenders that we don't know or don't have your information, or if local lenders that we know have other people that you recommend as well, so we can build up our list. So drop it down in our comments here or message us.
Yeah, shoot us a message or leave us a comment with your name and number and email, and we'll love to add it to our preferred lender list. We're always adding to it.
Mm-hmm.
And we're moving from it too. There are a couple lenders that have left over this past year that we didn't even know left the area or left the business. So,
So
always adding to it and subtracting to it.
exactly. So besides that, what do you guys like to do to stay cool in the summer? I mean, I love summer, Chad, but the humidity is killing me.
In these last few days, when it was up in the 90s,
Yes.
bad. It was really bad.
So I find myself hating the AC because it gets too cold. And then I hate the outside because it's too like humid and warm. So I don't know what else to do. It's like
She's always complaining.
do I wear shorts? Do I wear pants? Like when I wear pants, I'm fine inside. But then when I go outside, I'm pouring sweat. So I don't know. What do you like?
I mean, I just wear shorts all the time. I'm usually fine.
You guys,
But-
you're weird, but needless to say.
But what do you guys like to do? Do you like to go to the water parks? Do you just maybe a sprinkler in the backyard? Maybe a little kiddie pool you put your feet in? What's your go-to to cool down in the summer? Maybe you go to a coffee shop and sit by the front door so you get that cool air from the air conditioning every time that somebody opens the door and comes and goes.
Mm-hmm.
What are some tips and tricks for Aalia here to stay cool in the summer and not be so hot and cold all the time?
So we have a comment here. She swims and she sits on her butt in the AC. I mean, I'm all for the sitting in the AC and all that sort of stuff, but I don't I wade. I do not swim because I don't know how to swim, by the way. So I prefer not to do that. And it's gross, and then you have to take a shower again. Oh, it's just like a whole ordeal just thinking about it. So, getting to know us. So, Chet, what is your favorite Kenosha restaurant?
That's a tough one. I'd probably go with a pizza place, either Durango's or Kaiser's. One of the two. I really like them both. They both have their pluses and minuses. But I'd probably have to go with Kaiser's because they have like the fun specialty pizzas that they put out every now and then, like the pickle pizza. I've tried the pickle pizza once and I wasn't a big fan, but at least they try something different and unique to bring the people in. So that's kind of my go-to here in Kenosha. What about you?
Let me answer that question in a bit. Kirsten, I don't eat ice cream. I don't know what it is, but I just don't eat ice cream. It's too cold for me, I guess. I don't know. I prefer like baked goods. Hey, Melissa. I don't eat ice cream, so anyway, my favorite Kenosha restaurant. Shoot, I don't know.
That's what you thought it would be, is it?
No, because like
El Serape, you like that
El
place?
Serape, I love
Or
Mexican.
Qdoba. You always go to Qdoba too.
Yes, I like El Serape or La Fagata. I like Mexican restaurants because I love getting the fajita plate because I eat mainly protein, so I am able to just eat the meat and the veggies and the cheese, and then don't have to eat the rice, so it's easier, and I get enough meat on the plate so to make me full. So I like any kind of Mexican restaurant, but if I have to choose, is El Serape.
What's your guys' favorite restaurant here in Kenosha? Drop it down in the comments. Whether it's a chain or a local place, doesn't matter. Let us know. A lot of the chains here are owned by local people that live here in the area, so they're still technically local places because they're owned by local people. So let us know down here in the comments.
All right. Who will survive longer in the zombie apocalypse?
I feel like it'd probably be me because you'd go run and hide somewhere and just wait for the zombies to come eat your brains out.
But I would like find a bat because I'm strong enough to swing it.
I mean, yes, you are strong enough to swing it, but I think you would just kind of scream a lot at the zombies and be terrified at first and not know what to do. And be like, someone come save me because I'm really scared.
But then I'll take a moment because then my ADHD will not kick in and I'm able to like hyper focus at that time at different solutions of
But would your
how.
moment be too long and the zombie would have your leg and start chewing it off? I feel like Abby would take a control faster than you would take
Oh
control.
my goodness.
Who do you think would survive longer?
So, Kirsten, the question is who will survive the zombie apocalypse longer, me or him? So, he thinks he will survive longer because he can think quicker. I will take time to process everything. I'm analyzing my options and then I hyper focus. But I feel like I will survive.
I don't even think that you'd analyze it. I think you would just freak out and start screaming and running away and lock yourself in a closet and hope it would just disappear and be gone.
The bait will still be on. So, what do you think?
So if it ever happens, then we'll know. We'll find out who actually survives longer.
So, if you know
If you know us, who do you think would survive longer, me or Aalia in a zombie apocalypse? Hopefully, it never actually happens. We never actually have to find out. But
no. So let's hit a real estate question here. Tips for buyers in 2025. What would be the number one thing to tell a buyer to how to win that house? What would be? Melissa goes, she thinks Abby would surprise everyone. I think so, Melissa. She's very, very the dog, Kirsten. Sorry, totally squirreled. But yeah, Abby would come up with some wild stuff. I agree. She's very creative when that happens. The dog. I don't think the dog.
Griffin's too timid. He would just roll over.
he will lick them because he's just such a sweet dog. He's so active. Oh, he's listening. He's so active and excitable, but he will just lick them. I don't think he'll bite them or anything. But I feel like you're right, Melissa. I think Abby will kind of figure some stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tips on buyers. What is that one tip, strategy?
The number one tip for buyers is to get your pre-approval first, so you're not looking at houses that are over your budget that you can't afford. So that Aalia and I don't start showing you houses that are $350,000. Mm-hmm. Then our trusted lender says you can only afford a $250,000 house, but you've already fallen in love with a house that's $370,000. Well, unfortunately, you can't get approved for that $370,000 house. And now you're just deflated and defeated, and you don't even want to look at any more houses. You just want to stop. You've stopped before you've even really began. So make sure that you get that pre-approval done. Pre-approval is gold. Make sure Chris. You do that.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Cam.
Chris and Cam, if you guys are still on here, hi. Sorry I missed your comments earlier. So
he's sucking. Let me take over the comments here. Okay, so Kirsten goes, last time it was like nothing, but you never know. You've probably been working on your stuff. So the first step is to talk to a lender. They can see where you need to help or see how much you can afford. I was just working with a buyer. Currently working with a buyer that came up to us and say, hey, we're looking for a $250,000 house, blah, blah, blah. So, okay, cool. And this is before they got pre-approved. And then after a week, they finally got pre-approved and they go, although I love this place, I really, really love this place, the listing that I had sent them, but it was over the budget officially and they couldn't afford anything over $150,000. So that hurts them mentally than anything else. And we don't want to see that.
And unfortunately, in our market, $150,000 is basically a huge fixer-upper. It's really hard to find anything for $150,000 that's move-in ready. It's pretty much a house you're going to have to put a bunch of money into and fix up a lot.
So, Melissa, thank you very much. We always suggest getting a pre-approval first. And Kirsten, I will send you a couple of lenders. So lenders, this is your call to send us your information, and we can send it towards her or anyone else. So
we're always happy to show you a house or two before you get pre-approved, but make sure you get that pre-approval as soon as you can. Like, we understand you don't want to have your credit hit before you
officially want to be
before you
ready.
want to jump in with both feet to looking for a house. But if you're actually serious about buying a house and moving forward with that, you have to get pre-approved so you know how much house you can afford. Because if you don't get a pre-approved, then you're just wasting your time. You're wasting our time. It's a waste of time to even go look at houses. So,
okay, what is your weirdest showing story?
Weirdest or
weirdest showing?
So, I was showing an investor a house in Kenosha in the heavily investor area.
Mm-hmm.
It was a rental property, and we were told it was empty. So I try to always knock on the door, even though that it's supposed to be empty. I knocked on the door, and nobody answered. So I opened it up with the lockbox and stuff. And I opened the door and said, we're here for the showing, and yelled out really loud, hello and stuff. And nobody answered us or anything. So we started walking through the house. We went through the living room, the kitchen, and we got towards the primary bedroom, opened it up. It was dark in there. They had blackout curtains and everything. I started looking. The sheets were moving up and down.
What?
I was like, hold on, guys. I think there's somebody sleeping in here. So I kind of held my buyers back a little bit. They're like, is there somebody in there? I was like, I think so. I said kind of loudly, like, excuse me, is somebody in here? And he kind of woke up a little bit. He's like, who are you? And he jumped out of bed. The guy was naked too. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm just Chad on the Realtor showing the house today. You should have been notified. And I forget what exactly he said to me, but he just grabbed his blanket and covered himself up, back up. And he's like, oh, yeah, okay. And went back to sleep. I was like, thanks, buyers. Thanks for knowing that we're going to come. But yeah, my buyers didn't buy that house regardless. So the house also had a foot of water in the basement too.
Yeah, that's crazy. So my craziest showing in my small career as a realtor was when we were seeing the house. My buyers wanted to put in an offer, but they wanted to see it for the second time. And I believe, no, it was actually, they put in an offer already and was accepted. However, it was right before, it was like a week or two before closing, and they're doing they wanted to see it again. So, and the husband came in and was showing the place for rent.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
For a potential renter.
We were doing the inspection, weren't we?
Oh, they're right. There was an inspection, and the guy comes in and was showing the house to a potential renter. And mind you, the inspection was literally 3 weeks before closing.
Yeah.
And we're like, what?
Why are you trying to rent out the house when we're closing in 2.5, 3 weeks? What is going on?
So we were really confused. So I had to text the other realtor. I go your client just was showing the house to a renter? I mean, I'm so confused. Didn't we just get an accepted offer? Oh my God, it was crazy. It was so crazy. And then same house. And we came back again for some reason, and there was the renter who was sleeping upstairs in the same house. It was weird, and we interrupted her sleep. She was in bed.
I don't remember. Was that the first showing? Maybe I don't remember that.
I don't know. It was not the first showing. It was after the showing, because we were wondering when the renter is going to be gone, and we were freaking out.
Maybe it was the second showing that I wasn't there for. I don't remember.
I don't remember, but it was she just got up from So got up from her bed and is like, "Oh, I'm sorry. We didn't mean to interrupt." Kirsten goes, "What percentage of sales does the realtor get?" So that
So
is actually a good question, actually.
commissions are all negotiable, and they're between the seller and their realtor, and then they're between the buyer and their realtor. So it is not a set percentage between each transaction. They're all completely negotiable.
Hmm.
So unfortunately, that's not a question that I can answer out straight or give you a good answer to. It's just commissions are negotiable.
Hmm. However, we do bring a lot of marketing strategies and marketing to whatever listing we provide. So just kind of keep in mind that what are you sacrificing in return with a smaller or a lower commission percentage. So just kind of keep in mind that as well, because realtors kind of actually use their own money to market your house, kind of thing. So,
And I can tell you that as a buyer, typically we're still seeing sellers cover your buyer's realtor fees at closing up front. So buyers don't have to pay their own realtor at closing. We haven't seen it in our market anyway. Sellers refuse to pay the realtor's cost for the buyers. That could change at any time. We've seen a few sellers refuse to pay the buyer's realtors, and those houses tend to just sit on the market and not go anywhere. But as of right now, sellers are still paying buyer's realtors fees. So as a buyer, don't worry about paying your own realtor for the most part.
I mean,
Generally,
it's a case by case basis kind of thing. So we will sit down with you, Kirsten, and we'll chat. Okay. So we talked about tips for buyers. What is that one tip for a seller?
I would say the most important thing for a seller is, besides making sure that the house looks really good for showings, is price. You want to make sure that it's priced correctly, because if it's priced too high, buyers will just scroll right past it on
All right,
Zillow.
you guys are going to see me yell at that dog. Hey, Gryffindor and Cookie. Griffin, don't kick her out of your bed. No. He's a big bully. You're welcome, Kirsten.
The number one thing for sellers is price. You don't want to price it too high, because then buyers will just keep scrolling past it on Zillow. And then you want to make sure that it looks good for buyers, so that buyers can see themselves in your house when they're walking through it.
Mm-hmm. I would also say one of my things, my strategies or tips for sellers is to listen to your agent. Because, I mean, this.
Stop.
Sorry, our dogs are getting rowdy.
I will tell you that you can pretty much never price your house too low, because the market will always bring your house back up to proper market value. If you price your house low, buyers will see it as a value, and you'll have multiple buyers come in there and put multiple offers on it and always bring it back up to market value, to where it should be, or over market value. So don't worry about pricing your house too low. Apparently on YouTube, Ralph is at a campground.
So Ralph McCarthy is one of our local lenders from First Star Bank.
Flagstar Bank.
God, I knew it. I had it so close, man.
Ralph is a great lender. We use him quite often, or we try to anyway. We just don't have a ton of buyers right now that aren't already pre-approved when they come to us. But Ralph is a great lender here at Flagstar Bank, local lender here in Kenosha. He actually works out of the same building as the title company that we use.
And Trust.
I'm not sure where he goes to. He goes somewhere up in central-ish Wisconsin. I think it's by the Dells. I'm not sure where he goes to.
But Ralph, tell us the location of this campground. Everyone wants to know. We're on pins and needles. Bye, Kirsten. Thank you for coming and joining. I will chit-chat with you. All right. So what were you talking about before we scrolled? This happens all the time. We scroll all the time.
Sellers and their pricing. I think I was done with that, though.
I mean, so we actually made a list to make sure we're on topic. we're really not going on topic, guys. We're just all over the place. So
But that's okay. That's what this is here for. Is to get to know us a little bit better, know how we are always all over the place, and just chit chat a little bit. So
right. So if you have a question that you want to be or you want to ask us, and you just don't find the time, and you're on here already, hey, drop it down in the comments, and we hopefully pay attention. I mean,
or if you're watching this later, drop it down in the comments, and we'll answer it either in the comments or privately to you.
Because this will be posted as a video, so you can replay it, guys. Okay. So relocating to Kenosha. So if you have been here in Kenosha for, let's say, 20 plus years, what is your favorite place in Kenosha? And if you are watching this, please make sure you put it down in the comments. Or if you are watching this later, again, put it down in the comments, and we can actually put it in a video so we can inform the whole people.
All those people moving from Illinois, what the go-to spots are here in Kenosha.
Who's escaping those high interest rates that you guys are all worried about?
High taxes.
Taxes. It's my downtime, guys. My brain is done.
It's okay.
All right. So relocating. I know for sure I love about Kenosha is the lower taxes for sure. Not only that, and I don't want to be an adult when I say about this, the parks like Petrifying Springs, when you walk around and enjoy the air and the closeness of the lake. My parents are often saying that they're kind of jealous that we have a lake so close to walk past.
Walk around?
Yeah, same thing. Walk around kind of thing. Hey, Christina. So, what about you? What is your favorite feature of Kenosha?
I just love how that we live in an urban area, but we can just drive 10 minutes west or north and be in the country, basically.
Mm-hmm. It's the essential little big town that, is it? Who sang that? Little Pig Town.
Where's that country band,
Little Big Town? Yeah. So it has that little town feel, but it still has that big time closest proximity to a lot of stuff, like Kaiser's, for heaven's sake. And Kaiser's deliver? I did not know that. So. No, see?
Do they?
Ask for Jackie for delivery.
Oh, okay.
Next time we'll know, instead of getting Durangos. Okay. My next favorite was Luigi's. I tried it for the first time. What was it, 2 weeks ago? Oh my God, it was delicious.
Your school ordered it, didn't they?
Yes. Yeah. The teachers ordered it because we were trying to survive field day. So 7th grade field day. Can you imagine? So, but yeah, it was delicious.
And you survived. It was all good.
Mm-hmm. And it was like a sale every Wednesday at Luigi's, a large for $10. And
it's pretty good for a large pizza. And it's decent size too. It was 14-inch, I think.
Mm-hmm. A large. Yeah. Thank you for the options of the sales, Cassandra Talley. I wouldn't have known that. Now I have another pizza place. Though I only eat the toppings. I don't eat the full slice.
She's so weird.
And then I get yelled at.
It's a waste. She's wasting half the pizza by not eating the crust, by not eating the whole thing, by only picking off the toppings and the cheese. She's wasting half the pizza. Don't you guys agree with me? Let me know in the comments. Don't you agree with me that she's wasting half the pizza by only eating the toppings?
No.
It's a waste.
It is not a waste.
A waste. I'm telling you, a waste.
Okay. Let's do it. This or that. Okay.
This could be scary.
New build home or a historic home?
Historic home.
You took my answer. Why?
I like the feel and charm of historic homes.
I love the history behind the historic homes.
You just hope it's haunted.
Oh, well, that too. Of course. What about open concepts versus, let's say, separate rooms?
I like separate rooms. I know you don't, but I like separate rooms.
I mean, for a long time, I actually loved separate rooms, kind of like have that one room have its own personality. But after being a realtor and actually seeing the open concept, like I can get on this bandwagon
Okay.
kind of thing.
I
So,
understand that.
and then we can yell at our 13-year-old who's constantly eating to not eat and know exactly what she's eating. So
It
there's
still
that.
doesn't work though.
No, it doesn't. All right. So a fixer upper or move in ready? Move in ready, because not everything is completely ready, by the way. And we'll talk about that in a bit.
I am not very handy, so I'm going to say more move-in ready than fixer upper because I don't want to have to pay somebody a whole bunch of money to fix up my house for me.
Exactly. I would do a move-in ready home, and I only do the air quotes for the move-in ready, just because even the move-in ready has things that you need fixed, right? So when you do offer on a house and you get so excited and so happy, which I'm happy for you, kind of thing. But also keep in mind those hidden costs, the maintenance. We're dealing with a plumbing issue that's costing us almost $5,000. Christina, open concept for kitchen and family, but separate for living. Interesting.
I like the idea.
Move-in ready. I do like move-in ready, just because. But hidden costs, like you always have to like make sure you have enough money for property taxes that can go up in any year. Make sure you have money for those unexpected fixings,
Repair costs.
repair costs,
An emergency fund.
an emergency fund.
Like our water heater that went out last year.
Oh my God. And our stove.
Uh-huh.
That boom, it was like 3 in a row.
Uh-huh.
What was
Dishwasher
the
before that?
All right, so last year was a crapshoot for us, by the way. So the dishwasher stopped working after what, 12 years? 12 years. You know, it's like okay, it's about done, right? So we ended up getting a new dishwasher. Then a month later, I am not joking. A month later was the stove. We had a nice stove for 12 years. However, it would have like survived if something didn't drop on that glass.
Now, to be fair, it still worked. It's just that the glass top was cracked.
Right. And then as you heat it up, because it's an electric, it was melting the glass and making that crack wider and bigger and spreading kind of thing. So we had to replace that. And literally, what was a month or two, our water heater goes off. The trifecta. So always make sure. And then this year, of course, we have a plumbing thing.
At least that's this for so far, anyway. Knock on wood.
Or add wood here. So always make sure you have enough money saved up for all those in case. So you can actually and have some money left over so you can go on vacation.
And still have fun. Life's about having fun. Don't work all the time.
Don't work to live. Live to live to work?
Don't live to work. Work to live. Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds weird.
It still sounds weird, but it's something like that.
But anyways, so what else do you guys want to know about us? Drop it down in the comments. Ask us a question. I mean, based off our YouTube videos, kind of get to know us and our bloopers.
Yeah, we've started adding bloopers to the videos now. What do you guys think about those? I know they just started coming out in the last week and a half or so, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the bloopers? I think they kind of add to our personality. You get to know us a little bit about mostly this crazy one here who makes most of the bloopers because she can't get out of her own head sometimes.
And I am very expressive.
And she's still a little shy behind the camera a little bit too. So
just a little bit.
So I think doing these lives we're going to do them every other week, we think?
Maybe. We'll test it out. What do you guys think? Should we do it every 2 weeks or once a month? Who is John McCaffrey?
John McCaffrey is a friend, an older friend.
Okay, so he thinks we're funny.
Yeah, we try to be.
I mean, we may be funny looking though.
I mean, everybody has their own opinion, but we are a little funny looking, especially your glasses.
I know. I'm known for my glasses at work and my crazy outfits. So, yeah. Oh, my shirt is the Nintendo one, and I want the fire flower earrings if there is an existent thing.
They are out there. We just have to find
I
them.
do have Mario and Luigi.
You do have Mario. Why didn't you wear them?
I totally forgot.
Jeez.
Mario and Luigi earrings. That is from the Cracked Pig. She has awesome earrings, and she also has craft your own earrings. And Christina Mapp says every 2 weeks she suggests that we should do this.
Okay.
I mean,
Thanks, Christina. And John McCaffrey, by the way, is a past client. He bought that rental over by Ben's office.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Hi, John. I don't know. I haven't met you yet.
Yeah, he never met you. His wife is Tina.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So every 2 weeks, anyone else want to drop your comments or your suggestions in the comments of how many times we should go live?
And leave us some video suggestions on the comments too. We can always use some more video suggestions about what to do here in the Kenosha area. That kind of stuff. Love to know them. But I think that's about it that we have for today, guys. I mean, we've been on it for over 45 minutes now, so.
Yep. It was fun. And let's do it again in 2 weeks.
If you guys have any questions about buying, selling, or investing here in the Kenosha area, give us a call or shoot us a text.
Oh, John asked, how do you find vacant land to build on in county? You can contact us and we can look for you.
I'll shoot you a text, John.
All right, guys. Have a great evening. I am going to go to sleep. All right, guys. Bye.
Talk to you soon.